Hello and welcome to the my channel Vidyamandir. Today we shall go through the new chapter of plus 3, that's your macroeconomics. We are going to trade cycle. So you students know that what is trade. Trade means the exchange of goods and services in terms of money, that is known as trade. And nowadays, due to globalization, the importance of trade is increasing day by day because most of the developed nations are producing finished goods and developing nation and underdeveloped nation are exporting the raw material substandard goods to the developed nation, and developed nation are selling the finished goods to the developing and underdeveloped nation. So what is trade cycle? Before going to trade cycle, just to know that what is the importance of trade. The world economy is they are based on the trade. Unless and until there is trade, there is no economy system now, because all the banking sectors, all the service sector of the economy that is based on the trade. So while we are going through a trade cycle, that's like the health of human being, that's how physics of human being. Like sometimes there is very good condition, good physics are there. Sometimes there is a bad condition, bad health is there. So there is the up down system is there. There is a better position. There is a down. There's a downtrend of the health, uptrend of the health, like the economic health that is shown by the trade cycle. So trade cycle having different phases. There are particularly 4 phases of the trade cycle is there, and the importance of trade cycle is increasing after 1930, because most of the nation are there. Those are combined together due to with the globalization. They are joined together. That's so that accompanying together. That's so rapid integration of one nation with the other nation. And trade cycle is there. That's so. So the various phases of the business. Particularly, we go through while going through a trade cycle. You see that there's a 4 phases are there in the trade cycle. There's a recovery, prosperity is there. The recession and depression are there. The 4 phases are there, and how that 4 phases that occurs and what is the effect on the economy. Let us see, and what are the types of trade cycle given by the different economics. Their view are there, and let us discuss what is a trade cycle. Okay, come to the topic. So trade cycle is a phenomenon of depression and boom of fluctuation of employment. So trade cycle is based on the 2 phenomena. That's a boom, that's a topmost development or topmost position of the nation, and boom means the depression is there, that's unemployment is there. Boom means full employment in the economy. There you see the while we are going through trade cycle, there's a fluctuation of the economy is there, economic system is there, and that's a trade cycle. And that is the fluctuation of the employment is there, and we reach to depression from the boom, and boom to depression, and depression to boom. That's a process is going on. That's a operation of cycle is there. That is trade cycle. And why trade cycle is taken place? Due to change income, output, price level, alteration of unemployment and prices. There's a rise in price level, fall in price level. There you see the full employment is there, underemployment is there. Those are the there increase in output, increase in income, there are fall in income, fall in output. Those are the various phenomena. Those are the various feature of trade cycle. Let us discuss how many types of trade cycle are there. That's a professor given a short kitchen trade cycle. That's a trade cycle of 40 months. That's given in 1923. And Kurchin trade cycle, that's a very short trade cycle. That's a 40 months are there trade cycle. And jugular trade cycle, there you see the second trade cycle, long jugular trade cycle. There you see that is proposed in 1862, and that's a function of fluctuation of business activity during the successive crises are there. While business activity is going on, there use of the successive crises are there, like the depression, deflation is there, and there's a recession is there. There's a jugular cycle. That's a very long period, very secular trade cycle is there. And next one, very long contractive cycle. That's your larger wave cycle. That's your great waves like the sea waves that of the economy. That's a fall of the economy that continue for the 50 years, very long periods. That you see that. That's your contractive cycle. And bolting cycles that consist of 18 years. Major duration, that's 18 years that recovery it takes, and that prosperity to recovery that takes 18 years. And that's the last one, coordinate, Professor Coordinate given that cycle, that's a coordinate cycle, that's a circular swing of a circle. That circular swing, just like the swing that come up and down, that's like that circular long term swing are there, that is a trade cycle. So you are going through 5 types of trade cycle. There's a short Kirchin's trade cycle, that's a 40 months trade cycle is there. Long jugular trade cycle, that's a fluctuation due to successive fluctuation up and down of the economy. That's your, you see that come to the boom and come to the doom, that's your 1862. That next one, a very long contractive cycle, that's your 50 years of cycle is there. And next one, bolding cycle, 18 years of major duration is there. And next one, coordinate circular cycle. And while we are going through the stages of trade cycle, I am giving you some sorts of diagram is there to see the various phases of trade cycle. There's a normal line is there, and just out of the normal line there is recovery and prosperity to top boom period is there. And while going through the down of the normal line, you see the doom, that's a recession is there, and there you see reach to the doom, that's you see. And just like the waves, you see the sea waves, tau and crest is there. Tau and crest, that the wavelength is there, measures between the distance between the tau and crest, like that you see in the that duration of trade cycle, that measure between the tau and crest of the trade cycle. The up point is the tau, and sorry, up point is the crest and down point is the tau. That's I am giving you the diagram. That's see in your screen, that diagram is given to you. First we discuss, while we are going through the stages of trade cycle, first we discuss the recovery of the recovery. How recovery takes place due to two forces that work together, the exogenous factors and endogenous factors that increase the demand, investment, employment, output, and expansion of credit and profit. That is revival stage. There is recovery, the revival stage, like a patient revived from the disease by taking the medicine, like that antibiotics. Like there you see that antibiotics. What type of antibiotics you are taking here? The credit there. Credit plays a prominent role here. That's a bank credit plays a prominent role. There's a increase in production, that market activities increase. That's a recovery is there taken place by increasing demand, investment, employment, output, expansion of credit. There you see that profit that increase, that businessmen come forward, the wholesaler come forward to do the better business, increase in business activities. That recovery is there taken place. Now, after the recovery, the economy is to the point of prosperity is there. Prosperity means topmost development, full employment that achieve here, that increase in demand of the economy, output, employment, price, wages, salary, income increases, full employment, and there you see the consumption standard of the people, living standard of the people will increase. There is a better position of the economy is there. That is the prosperity, that the economy reach to the point of crest, the topmost development of the waves, that topmost point of the wave that economy reach, that is the prosperity. That's your consumption standard of the people increase, living standard of the people increase by increase in the wage level, salary, then increase in investment, then economy reach to the full employment. Like that, while you see a person reach to the better health status, better than the problem that arise here. Whatever problem is arise here, that the bank, it is necessary for the businessman to repay the loan. It is necessary for the business to repay the loan. So that bank never wants to expand more credit, then what will happen? The recovery of loan means the downfall of the business. There is the reduce in the price rate, there is the fall in the price rate, there is the fall in the demand of the product in the economy. There you see the liquidation. That's when the force contract over the expansion, that's a liquidation of stocks, credit, liquidation of the bank loan, decrease in the price level, profit margin fall, production fall, investment fall, then employment fall, income and demand fall. There you see that's a recession takes place. After the prosperity, the recession is there. After every good thing, that the bad thing come forward. So you see that bad position of the nation will come, bad position of the trade will come. That is the recession. Recession come when there is the liquidation of stock is there, credit expansion fall, liquidation of when the people keep more cash with them, they not come forward to keep the cash in the bank, rather there is no expansion in the credit system, there is a production fall, investment fall, employment fall, then income fall. So you see what happened, the recession will come. Again, last one recession, after the recession, what the falling feet that come together, falling feet that come under the water, that you see the slowdown of the economy that's taken place, that the production will slow, income will slow, the growth rate of economy will slow, employment fall, there's so unemployment observed in the economy, bank rate, credit increase, in creditation will decrease, profit will decrease, and wage rate will decrease, salary will fall. Then what will you see in the economy? That's economy come to the depression. So you people understand the recovery, prosperity, recession and depression. There are the 4 phases of trade cycle is there, and that is moving cycle by cycle, and sometimes we observe the very slow trade cycle, sometimes we observe very quick trade cycle, short term trade cycle, long term trade cycle is there, and that's almost all economy of the world are facing this trade cycle. That's a recovery means the prosperity of the economy. We see that if there is economy recover from the disease, there it come to the prosperity point. If there is recession in the economy, that definitely downfall of the economy, that come to the depression. And now the current situation you see in almost all nations of the world, that the downfall of the economy due to lockdown, due to force of corona, there you see that the recession starts in almost all the economy of the world, that will reach to depression, and it will take a lot of time to recover the economy of the world from this vigorous situation, this from awkward situation. That's a dangerous situation in the world economy, that will come, poverty will come again, there's unemployment will come again, there's the food shortage in the world is there are a lot of problems that come in the world, particularly unemployment. You see that the economy will come into the depression, and out of that recovery of the economy, that you see that the recovery will start, but it will take a lot of time. That needs the patience of the economy, that promotion of investment, that credit creation of the bank will increase, then the economy will come into the again the prosperity, and that will take a lot of time. So you see that what happened actually in trade cycle, there the various phases are there, and that the fluctuation in the economy, that depression and prosperity, those are the various factors responsible for the operation of trade cycle in the economy. So that we see that the trade cycle is a very important factor for the development of the economy of the world. So you people understand this properly, and this much for today.